Well, hello everybody, welcome to Robert's train set, and I'm in the conservatory. Now if you've been watching my channel, you'll know that in this conservatory I'm building a new layout, and I'm hoping to do a new live broadcast on it, because there have been some big changes, at least I would say they're quite big. But about a month ago, and I've got an itchy. About a month ago, I went to Peter Dixon's club's annual show, which was a very nice show. And Peter actually has mentioned it in his latest video, which I thank him for. And I got a few mentions as well, and I've got to say that I've acquired a few new subscribers, so thank you for Peter for doing that for me. And if you're one of those new subscribers, welcome to the channel. I'm not quite the same as Peter, I would say. We all have our different, how shall I say, ideas on what we want to do and how we want to do it, and Peter does his very, very well. I just muddle along, really, I suppose, and do the best I can with what I've got. So there will be a new live broadcast from here, maybe before you're seeing this. I'm not sure yet, I have to say. I'm awaiting some parts to come for that project. So what's this about? This one is about the loco I bought at Peter's show from his club's shop, which I've got to say is a fantastic shop. To move all that stuff, all those stocks and all those locos into a building for a couple of days is absolutely amazing, and obviously take them all the way back. So I can understand why I've had the problem I've had. So it's all concerning my Class 60, and I think Peter's given away most of it, to be honest. And I was very pleased to get this, and when I finally got round to putting it on the layout, it didn't work, it didn't move. So you naturally think maybe the decoder's gone or something like that, but the sound started up, so you could put the sound on, you could move the throttle on the control, and the sound went as though it's moving, but nothing happened. So I did give Peter a ring, and like anything, when you buy it at a show, really it's, I suppose, buyer beware. And I did ask, you know, was it tested? And as he said in his, it might have been tested when they first got it. This model, the tooling was actually done in 2005. So it's quite old tooling actually, and it's very detailed, I must admit. But looking at the other details in the book that I look at, and I suspect you can get it online as well, I suspect this one is 2010-11, because it's got, well, TTS as it says on here, but in actual fact it's not a TTS loco, believe it or not. When I put it on the programming track, it comes up as a Lock Sound version 4 decoder. So I've always wondered why these sounded so good, and that's probably why. Yeah, it's not up to our new ones, but yeah, good all the same. So yeah, that was interesting to find out. So what I'm going to show you is why it didn't move, and Peter's given that away a bit. And all I did is, when I was stripping it down, which I didn't have any details, I had to sort of try and work it out for myself, how you do it and how you get everything. I just took photos as I went through, so I'll put the photos up and I'll do a commentary on what I was trying to do really and get it to fit. So after taking the body off, which was fairly straightforward to be honest, as most Hornby ones are, that's what you're presented with. So I took the decoder out, just to be safe, and
had a little look, and this is after taking a few bits off, you get at the drive shafts at each end, and it was a case of trying to work out where the problem was, and one end was absolutely solid and the other end would shift. So I determined that which end it was, and you have to take this off, which you can now see the worm gear going to the wheels, to get the bogey out of the chassis, which I duly did. And I'd also at this stage tried to move the PCP board, and that was fun. So that's what it looks like out of the chassis, and you can see where the sort of the worm gear goes. And when you take that out, which just lifts out with the bearings, there's your gearing down to the wheels, and I think that's all right. So this is the bit that was causing the problem, and you can see one of the bearings there loose, which obviously comes off the left hand end, and then the one in between was absolutely solid. The one I'm pointing to now was absolutely solid, and I had to really spray it with WD-40 and get pliers on it and everything to free it up. It really was absolutely solid. I think I've made my point there, haven't I? So then get it all back together again, and hopefully it'll work, you know, hopefully.
Now, there's not much else to say on this, but I will show you the loco, which I've got here. Oh, yeah, the box. So this is a box, and this is what locos in that time period came in. And if you compare it to my Acura Scale Class 37 box, and I shall put it on top so that you can see, okay, the length is sort of similar, but otherwise it's huge, isn't it? And I'd maybe put this down to how we buy our models. Maybe in 2010-11 we would be more likely to go to a shop and buy it, whereas nowadays maybe we're more likely to get it delivered through the post, and obviously you need protection. But I must say the loco has survived. It's pretty good, and here it is. Here we are. So you will see this closer up when I take it upstairs and run it. And you might know that I've also got another 60, which is the DB Schenker. And really they're pretty identical. The only thing I would say is that on the front of this one there's like a little white, well, it looks like something you would turn, and there's one on each end, but there's not one on this one. So again, I'll run both of these when I go up, and we'll see how we go. But for a model that's old, you know, the detail on this is phenomenal. It is a really, really nice model, and it's worth having one. And I've got it in EWS, which I didn't have, so I'm really pleased. So that's about it down here, I think. I might as well just mention, at the same time that I bought that loco, from another stall, not from Peter's club shop, I bought these buses. So I'm just going to unbox them, I suppose. Let's see if we can get it out of the box. I've not actually had these out. These have been sitting. I've been waylaid a bit by the new layout, as you can imagine. So there we are. Oh, I see, yes. And that comes out of there. Oh, you're not seeing this, so it's like a double blister. And there's advertising bits everywhere on it. So let's see if it will come out. Oh, it's a good fit. Try not to do the what's her name? There we are. So there she is. So this is a number 69 going to Chingford Station. So that's East London. So let's I'll give you a bit of a closer look. And I really like these Routemasters. They really looked nice, you know. I mean, I used to travel on them quite a bit, and I'll show you in the next one. One that sort of ran near where I lived, but this one didn't. This was Chingford, East London. So that's that one. So let's have a go at the next one. Oh dear. They're quite neatly packaged, I must say. And again, you just lift it out, and it obviously does the job. Oh, now interestingly, this one has got another little cover over that as well. So that was missing out the other one. So this one is a 207A, and it's going to Chelsea. And I don't know whether you'll be able to read this, but I'll give it a go. Probably with my shaking hands. Let's come back a little bit. I don't think this is going to work. But on the destination board it says Shepherd's Bush. On the bits where it's in, not where it finished in Chelsea, but Shepherd's Bush. And I used to live there, in Shepherd's Bush. And these 207s and 207As used to run right past down Axford Road, past the end of the road I lived on, with my mum in a bedsit. So it's quite a long time ago. Do you know it's funny? Something funny about this one? It's got no advertising on it, which I do find strange. Now, has that been peeled off? Did it ever come with it? I'll have to see if I can find out, won't I? But this is how they came out of the factory almost, aren't they? Very nice, but without the thing. So there we are. So I've got two nice London buses. So there we are. So I think all that's left to do is to get these up to the layout and give them a bit of a run. I'm not going to do a huge lot. I will say though that the EWS is still not completely well. You will hear that it does make a bit of noise. Now I did lubricate both ends of this. I only needed to take one end apart, so I don't know. So further investigation might be required. It may be that because the motor was being strained because it couldn't turn, it's done something there. I don't know. We'll have to see. But it runs okay. I have run it. So let's adjourn to the very cold loft that when I just went up there to get this loco was 50 degrees, and this is at about 8:30 in the morning, so not good. In here it's about 13, which is a little bit warmer but not great. And if you're wondering why I'm here, A, it's raining, but it seems to have thing because you'd hear it on the roof, but I've got the builders next door, and I noticed because it's raining they're in there, so I thought at any moment some really bad noise could come from next door, and because the conservatory is out on its own limb next to the kitchen, which isn't connected to next door, it might be a bit quieter, which I think it has been actually, so pretty good. So let's go up to the loft.
So this is the second skip they've had, and as you can see, still needs a bit more filling. I'm sure they'll do it. And this is what they're doing. They're ripping all the ceilings out. And these houses have lath and plaster ceilings, the same as mine has. So that's what you can see there, the holes that hold the laths up. And then the plaster is plastered over and goes through gaps. And there's all the bits of wood that they hammer up there. Amazing way of doing it. Didn't have plasterboard, of course. And some of this is going to be hacked off, the plaster, but others is okay. I think they're all going to skim them. And as you can see, it makes a bit of a mess, doesn't it? And a bit of a noise, as you can imagine. And they're also putting new windows in, so they've hacked around the windows. So let's go up in the loft now, shall we? See what I'm up to there. So I've got to 60042 on the cleaning, Gauge Master cleaning pads, just to show you how noisy it is. Or not in this particular case when it's going slow, but when I put it onto the track and run it, it seems obviously to be a little bit sort of speed orientated, and yeah, I haven't got a clue really what this is all about. It could be that the gears have been worn a bit, or as I said earlier about the motor, you know, maybe the motor not being able to run when it's being asked to has done something there. I have to see. I'll have to have a bit of an investigation, won't I? So yeah, we'll have to see. And if you're wondering why I'm holding it, it'll run off. It's not like a rolling road, is it? But it will give the wheels a nice good clean. So we'll get it back on the track now, shall we? And hook it up to some wagons, I think. So I've hooked it up to some China clay wagons, which are EWS. And I've got an EWS logo finally. So I'm quite happy with that. And I'll run it without the sound on so you can hear the noise it makes. Please, if you have any idea what's causing this, to let me know in the comments, please. That would help immensely. Thank you very much. So if you run it slowly, you know, it doesn't seem too bad at all, does it? But as you rack up the speed, then it seems gets really bad. And it doesn't sound very nice, as you can hear. So I got the Class 37, the Cura Scale one, and I did put it on the programming track and see what it was set up for the sound, and it was up maximum 192, so I've left it there. And I'm starting it up because I want you to compare this one to the Class 60. And you might notice the London buses on there, and we'll see the other one a bit later on. Now, notwithstanding that this is obviously nearer to the microphone than the 37, you know, it really sounds like you've got an engine going there, whereas I find the 37 very quiet. Now, it may be that, you know, they're trying to do more realistic sounds, whereas in the old days they'd do a really loud one, you know. But, yeah. My DB Schenker logo is connected up to some DB Schenker China clay wagons. It can be better than that. So I just had a little bit of running, and you know, with the sound onto these, you can't really, it's not too bad, the racket that this one makes. But yeah, I need to, I think, do something about it, because it could be doing a lot of damage. I don't know. So I won't run this until I've had a look. So as I said, if any of you got any ideas, please let me know in the comments. Cheers everybody, cheers. So I'll just let these run for a little while and we'll have a look at them, shall we? So as our noisy Class 60 comes to a halt, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have and you're not subscribed, please do so. It is free, and what would really help is a like. If you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help us all. So watch out for the next one, everybody. Cheers.